Hey there, my friends. I have a little reviewy poo for you. Sip. It's a reproduction of a historical deck. I was gonna say I haven't been buying a lot of decks. Actually, the last couple months, I haven't been buying a lot of decks because I am, I don't know, thirsty for decks again. I have such a love for and then mixed feelings about historical decks. I love them in that I love the history printing. I love tarot that feels sort of historical and cool, and I also recognize that the history of the world is generally not nostalgic for 98% of the people on this planet. And so to look at a historical deck also is fraught with the fact that white people in particular are taught a very particular version of history that is not accurate. And so when I look at historical decks, I also say, well, here's the reality of the world, and fuck off if it isn't fucked up. And so I can understand why a lot of people would be like, fuck historical decks, fuck these European people. It's a complicated thing to view history through a modern lens. I don't really say that to say one way or another whether you should be looking at or buying historical decks or not. I do and I don't. I sometimes feel like, there's history, there's tarot, and sometimes I think there's the history of tarot that we've been taught, which is incomplete and undocumented, and also, boy, can I see why someone may ask for a reading from me and I pull out a historical deck and they're like, ew, no thank you. And why people who comment on my videos like, why is it always gotta be like that with you? Just, shut the fuck up, I guess, is my response to that kind of attitude. Know what I mean? Jelly bean. I don't give a fuck that you don't like when I talk about the history of racism. But anyway, I do have a historical deck. I do like it. I do want to share it with you. And I also want to acknowledge, it's fucked up. The history of the world's fucked up. And if you don't like historical decks, I completely understand why. Acknowledging the reality. And yet, here I am, binging on capitalism. This is the Perrin 1865 Tarot, and it comes in this very cool box. This is I need to open the box to tell you who is the producer of the deck, because I don't remember. This is, Giordano Berti. And I have never bought a deck from this creator / restorer, but Benevolent Corvus on Instagram, who has participated in some of our workshops, I posted this and I was like, okay, what is this deck? I had never seen it before. She was like, you gotta check it out, and I did, and she was right, I love it. So comes with a lot of stuff in the box, I have to say. Little bookie poo, with a little sort of history poo. 1865, which was the year that the Civil War ended in the United States. Speaking of history, complicated history. Around 1865 in Turin, the publisher Claudio Perrin printed a tarot deck of great value, which, however, remained completely forgotten until recent times. So there's a nice little history in here, which I look very much forward to exploring as a nerd. But I wanted to use this deck, so I wanted to get the review out so that I could shuffle it without having to put it back in order. Here's a little thing that came through with a video course about the Solabusca Tarot, a note from the creator, and which handwritten, love creators who do that, and then 2 sort of sample cards. And then inside is the deck in a gold satin box. In this box that looks like a book, which, hello, I love. These decks used to show up at the booth of a tarot store that I have now forgotten the name of. The amazing guy who owned and ran it passed away a couple of years ago, but he was always at the Reader Studio. And I always bought decks from him. These are expensive, I'm not gonna lie. They're spendy. What was his name? Oh, I feel so bad. My short-term memory has just gotten worse and worse throughout the pandemic. Anyway, he was always at the Reader Studio, super nice, always gave magnets with the cards. I wish I could remember the tarot... I'll try to remember and put it in the thingy in the comments, but anyway, and I I'll probably never go to the Reader Studio again because many tarot luminaries now hate me, so go me. Anyway, this is a limited edition. I have 493 of 600, signed by the printer. Love this sort of chessboard back. Let me zoom in. This is a very cool, just really amusing in a lot of ways deck. Oh, let me show you the back again. So just this sort of checkerboard, kind of houndstooth looking, not really houndstooth, but adjacent. Just I don't know. I found it delightful, and here it is. So I'm just gonna walk through it. Cardstock is so good. I'm actually really excited to shuffle it because it feels like it's just sort of it's unlaminated kind of art print, but like bendy in a good way. So here's the Fool. The Magician, weirdly, is the one that made me want the deck because it reminded me of Geppetto in Pinocchio. The Papess. Empress, Emperor. I mean, it's a very plain card, which again is the thing that I like. It's just tarot, whatever, OMG. But I just really liked the art style. I like the feeling of sort of age of it. I really like the Hermit and his red beard as a red bearded person. So it's an Italian tarot, and so in that regard, I only really noticed one thing that that was sort of surprising to me, and I'll show it to you in a couple cards. I'm not going to do a whole lot of commentary on it, because it is a pip deck, it is pretty standard Euro tarot, whoops. It's the lobster on the moon is cooked and on a plate, which amuses me. The Sun, who is a pipe, I think. So the Sun is smoking, the Angel, and the World. It is, again, pip, so I'll just move through those quickly, but they're very pretty. And fairly traditional, Euro in that Marseille Italian style of whatever. I was thinking recently, the little that I know about tarot history, I have a fair amount of tarot history, but what's printed is what is generally held is that the Mamluk deck is the foundation of European tarot, which of course comes from Egypt, from Muslim communities, which of course do not, a lot of Muslim traditions don't depict people in art, as do a lot of early Judaism traditions. But I thought how cool it would be if someone sort of took the Mamluk deck and added trumps in some way. Like just thinking of historical tarot, because the beauty of those cards is sort of undeniable. And an important piece of history. So. Yeah, I mean, again, just really cool reproduction of the deck, and I didn't read the book because I really, again, wanted to use the deck, so I didn't deep dive too much, but I wanted to show it to you, and I was lazy, so I didn't want to put it back in order. So here we are, ones. I'm being very quick, just because this will be a relatively short video. Those are fun once in a while, aren't they? I actually prefer long videos because, not me making them, but watching them, because I just like to sort of fall down the rabbit hole, as it were. Really cool color palette, really sort of fun printing style. I love sort of that lithograph kind of printing, I guess. Is that what it would be called? I don't know. Question mark. Reminds me a bit of the ancient Italian tarot, which of course would make sense because both are in that Italian tradition. Let's shuffle it. So I have a feeling it's just gonna... Oh yeah. That's a delightful shuffle. I love these art papers. They're so good. Will it riffle? It sure will. And it does so really nicely. So, oh, there's my card. So there's the latest addition to my little collectione, my obsession. It's the Tarocchi Perrin 1865. Hope you enjoyed this video, this quick little walkie-through-y. Take care, be good. We'll talk soon.